You're listening to the Daily Nugget. It's dnugget.com for May 27th, 2025. Happy Tijuana Tuesday. Oh, we forgot to celebrate. Yesterday was Memorial Day.
Oh.
We are not as patriotic as we should be.
No.
So we honor those who have given their all for our wonderful country that gave us the freedom of speech to do really dumb podcasts like the Daily Nugget. So God bless.
Do not express our freedom of speech nearly as much as some people.
Well, Janelle does, though. Janelle's a little...
That's what Janelle does, yes.
Especially, yesterday, Janelle was really pushing it there.
Yeah. This is America, right? You told me.
for now, if you can keep it that way. Today's Tijuana Tuesday. So talking about it going international and a place that is international. Now, is it... I don't know if this is true. If it's an international airport and you're in the airport, you're not officially in America, right? You can be in the airport because there's that whole movie about the guy.
Tom Hanks movie.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the airport that I was in is not an international airport where I had a run in with the TSA. Mm-hmm. It really wasn't a run in. It was really poor planning on my half. You would think for me being at my age where I've traveled more than half of my life on airplanes by myself with others that I would know things better than I do.
But
just the other day, I was in an airport, small airport, and I got there a little too close to the flight time. So the lady tells me, you can make your flight, but your bags can't. Which is not great. Now, she goes, can anyone come pick up your bags? I go, no, I'm trying to get home. There's no one here. I got to get home. Last time this happened, Sam, do you remember when you had to help me out back in the day in Sioux Falls?
Oh, yeah.
This is when my oldest was still an infant. And we had gotten to the airport, Sioux Falls Airport, which is also a very small airport. And you're like, I can get there with 45 minutes to go. The problem is, at about 45 minutes, they cut off the baggage stuff. Again, you can get on the plane, your bags can't. So at that point, Sam came. I had to call him, and I said, Sam, our luggage is on the curb. Can you pick it up for us and bring it back? And we went on it, and this was over Christmas to my parents when they lived in Utah. We were there for a week without any clothes. We just went thrift store shopping, but
Word?
So anyway.
Oh, okay.
So that's the alternative.
I remember that because my wife was like, hey, where'd you go? Well, I was walking out the door when you called me. He's like, yeah, I can totally do that. That's weird, but okay.
Yeah.
Walk out. Heather calls me on my drive out. She goes, what is going on? I said, I don't really know, but
got a plane to catch.
I'm going to pick up Andy's luggage off the curb. And she goes, are you going to go get Andy? I was like, nope,
just the luggage.
I'm getting his luggage.
Just the luggage. So I have a history of doing this, but it has been almost 18 years because my son is an 18-year-old now. So I get there and I say, well, I've got to fly with my luggage. There's no way possible. So the options were try to find a way to drive to Chicago O'Hare where I was connecting, which is like a 2-hour drive from where I was, rented a rental car. Or I can just sit and wait all day in the airport for the next flight that leaves. So my flight was supposed to leave at 11. The next flight that left was at 5 p.m. So I'm going to be in the airport for 6 hours. I'm like, not a big deal. I'll just do work, right? I got a laptop. They have Wi-Fi. I can plug in. It's like I'm at the office, but I'm not at the office. I'm in an airport. Mm-hmm. I go through TSA, which by the way is 2 people in this airport, and I'm on pre-check. So I do the pre-check, and their way of letting them know who's pre-check and who isn't is, hey, Janice, this one's pre-check. Legitimately, that's how they do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh my word.
So I'm at the gate and I see all the people that were on my flight board and leave because I'm just there. And then they come up to me and they go, well, did you miss your flight? And I go, no, I'm in the late flight. I had to whatever. So I have to explain again to the TSA. They go, okay, well, just so you know, there's no other flights that are happening before then. And we may, if we all have to go on a break, you're going to have to leave the secure area and go back out and come back in. So there's so few people. So that
Government
was
work at its finest.
yeah. So
Were you in a double wide? Because I've been in an airport like that.
No, actually, it wasn't too bad. Although it was overlooking a cornfield.
Did you have to walk
Legitimately.
outside? Did you have to walk outside to get on the plane?
No. There was a jet bridge.
Okay.
There was a jet bridge, but it actually wasn't a bad view. I was thinking, there are worse views. Like if I were stuck in Chicago or O'Hare or something, I'd be like, oh, kill me now. But it was pretty peaceful. It was pretty peaceful. I'll share a picture of you. But here's the thing about airplane stories and airline stories. I think Louis C.K. talked about it this time, where everyone's got like a bad airplane story or airline story, and the end is, well, did you make it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you die? Well, no.
Mm-hmm.
I could have.
Then the miracle of flight is all that matters. So I really tried not to be,
No. What about the trauma that we have to endure to get on these airplanes?
He did that bit over a decade ago.
Really?
I think. If I remember.
Yeah. I mean, it's an older bit, and you can't play it because it's just absolutely profane because it's Louis C.K.
So many curse words.
But
and you think I'm
a lot different now. It's a lot more awful.
Flying?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I tell you what, I have options. So like even this flight of me getting stuck in the airport for 6 hours, I was thinking it's better than the alternative, which would be me to drive there. It's about 7 hours. So I was thinking this is still better than driving. I'll sit in an airport. I'll do my work. And then I'll be done. And then there's going to be a plane that magically picks me up and brings me to my destination. Now, it was a long travel day. I ended up starting it at about 10 a.m. and didn't get in until about 1 a.m. So not like great. Not great. Okay, here, I finally found the picture. But it wasn't bad. So I can't complain. And so here's the view of my
I feel like you're in denial.
I honestly don't think it's that bad. It was funny that's the level of TSA I was at, where they're like, well, if we all go, you're gonna have to like go with us or something.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Dodge City, Kansas.
How long were you stuck there? Here, there you go. So look at that. That's not a bad view. Look at that. It's me and my laptop, and like there's the corn. You can tell right there's the runway. That's where the plane comes, and then right there is literally a cornfield right behind it.
Nice.
What are you doing? Do you have Audition open there?
Yeah, I'm doing work. I told you I was doing work. I was working all day. I was just mobile office. So anyway, I mean, I've had worse experiences with TSA and airports. That was not it. Like trying to sleep. I tried to sleep one night because we missed our flight in O'Hare, my wife and I, and we found out when they run the vacuums, it's 2 a.m. So that was awful. That's not too bad. So it's still a miracle flight. I feel like Janelle has worse stories than I do about being stranded.
Oh, I do. We were stuck in Paris, France.
Oh, and that's a horrible airport.
It's a horrible airport, and there's nothing to do.
Mm-mm.
And I didn't feel comfortable taking a team of people out on the town and seeing the Eiffel Tower and all that. And they were all mad at me because I wouldn't leave. But I said, I ain't leaving. This is an international country. How
long were you stranded in France?
It was probably 11 hours.
Yeah, that's not enough time. It's like the bus. There's like a bus that goes into town, and it's not great.
Yeah, and we didn't know. We couldn't speak the language, of course. None of us could. So, yeah, there was that time. And then, the Dodge City, Kansas, that was like a one-person TSA person. So.
And why were you stranded there in Dodge City?
Well, because we were flying standby. My son-in-law, Billy, was a pilot for Great Lakes Airlines, which is of no more any. And so he was flying a standby, and somebody else had higher priority and got on ahead of us. So we had to wait for the next flight, which was like at 6 p.m. or something. And we had gotten there. We could have driven to Denver by the time we had sat there. It was the worst.
Exactly. exactly.
We were the only ones in the airport. They had to lock up and switch shifts. And
What is that number? My husband and I go round and round about this, about how many hours would you have to drive before you're like, nope, let's fly. And also throw in having a toddler. It's like you're still going to spend the drive time to get to the airport, the all day waiting for the flight, a connecting flight.
Yeah, there's multiple. You're right.
Either way,
there's multiple variations. It's age of child. It's amount of connections, yes or no, and it's time, and it changes.
Yeah,
like when I had toddler, like when Ezra was a toddler, we had a connecting flight, and in the connecting flight, we talked about this before. It was Southwest, so it wasn't assigned seating. It was in St. Louis, and we were the last people on the plane. So not only did we get separated from our oldest kid, who was not that much older then, but also Ezra, as we were on the tarmac trying to leave, there were some mechanical issues, and he just dropped the biggest load in his diaper. And it was liquid. It was like, so my wife is trying to hold it so it's not going to spill. And, and it started to like, and so it got a little bit on her and me. And, she looked at me, and this was on the way to our beach vacation. She looked at me like, this was the worst idea ever. And I'm not going to forgive you. She didn't say that.
I hate you right now.
Right. She didn't say that, but I could feel it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't great, because then we thought we have to do that. We have to do a return trip. Like, we're not even on the way home.
Right. You're not even halfway done.
No.
Yeah.
So under 5, no connections. Absolutely. Under 5-year-olds, no connections. If it's over 6 hours, then you can start thinking about flying.
I like the driving because you can be in control. You can stop when you need to, but then you're tired. But man, that's rough. Either way.
Are you the driver then?
Me? We do pretty good alternating.
Okay.
But like my husband's family lives in Detroit. So it's so long either way. It's going to take forever either way.
That's a drive. And so do you drive? Have you driven or have you flown?
We've only flown, and that was before we had a kid.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's going to change it. That's going to change.
So are you planning to go there again this summer?
We planned a few times and then said, sorry, we're not coming. We can't figure this out.
How about you come to us? We got the baby.
Exactly.
You've got an excuse. You've got an excuse.
Yep.
Nuggethatemail@gmail.com. Let us know what your threshold is between flying and driving. And I know us as Midwesterners, we have a higher threshold.
Okay.
People will go, oh, you would, anything 8 hours or under, I think is usually road trip.
Yeah, you could do that. Easy.
Yeah.
I have a rule where I just don't travel. So
it's a pretty low number. So 8 minutes.
Like, is there a teleport option?
Not yet. Nuggethatemail@gmail.com. Let us know about your worst travel story. I have my worst hotel story. It didn't involve traveling, but again,
save it for next week.
We'll save it for the pod next week.
Yeah.